I've been here over 53 years, and I've heard all of the adjectives, horrible, despicable. I don't know that I have any adjectives to add to that. It is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to my community. The one thing I know about Las Vegas is we're resilient. We will come back. We've had other tragedies in our community before, and we've changed laws, we've changed statutes, we've changed the way we interact, we change how our operations work in order to make sure that our customers feel safe and can come to Las Vegas and enjoy themselves. And I have no doubt we'll do that as a result of this, but it is a horrible, horrible event for my community, for my hometown.
We work with the state police that are at our property each and every day. We have a great relationship with the city of Pittsburgh, but we also interact with the people in Harrisburg, the FBI and other organizations that we come together. We're active shooter programs. We have discussions of best practices. We're always looking for the opportunities to take it to one more level. So that planning is so important to all of us, especially at these times.
Yeah, I would like to say though, just first of all, sometimes tragedy is what brings us together. And tragedy such as this is how we react as individuals, as societies, as tribal governments. And one of the things that the Porch Bandit Creek Indians and tribal governments across the nation, we're usually the first responders to those. We have excellent relationships, not only with, our cities and our county governments, but sometimes they don't have the manpower, the funds, and a lot of times it's the tribes who are providing that manpower and those funds are the first responders to such incidents as these. But the great relationships we have and the work it takes to working together to have those programs in place to be able to react quickly and effectively and efficiently.
I think the state of the industry from where I sit is quite strong. Last year we saw the industry hit a record high in gross gaming revenue of $70 billion. Tribal gaming revenue extremely strong, nearly that of commercial gaming revenue right now. Tremendous growth on that front, combined $70 billion. A $240 billion industry in terms of total economic activity, supporting 1.7 million jobs, providing nearly $40 billion in taxes for vital public services. Some of those public services we saw this week. I think the state of the industry is quite strong. What do you see? And what are you seeing in the individual markets? And what are you seeing from your customers?
And we've seen the macroeconomy in gaming lifting up. We've seen very small pockets here and there of markets that have stepped back a little, but overall the United States is extremely healthy and is still growing.
But what we see is strength, and we see the strength because of what we're doing as business leaders. That we're creating relationships with the community around us, if it's the universities and the colleges, both through education and awareness of really what is our industry. How can someone benefit from the facilities that we have, the people that work for us, and what we're able to do as we reach out to the community to bring others in to have these social interactions within our building. And I think that's what makes it strong, because we're having more communication on how to use our business, how to make it better to grow your business.
When we're building our facilities throughout within the state of Alabama, we have 3 Wind Creek brand facilities, but it's also part of the community. It's because it's what's providing the educational resources of who we are as a tribe. It's what's providing the infrastructure for that community, providing the health services, the social services, the education. And so a lot of that is through not only just through tribal governments, but through those partnerships that have been established with with those local communities to let them know that, this is who we are, this is what we're about, and we can all, tribal governments have been in poverty for historical generations. But now it's an opportunity for us to move to prosperity. One of the things that, we're always proud to say is we provide scholarships to every tribal member, to anywhere they would like to go to school. But we also provide health care, meaning that our employees have the opportunity to go to our health facility. That's something we're implementing this month. And it's one of those things that's having, the AGA along with other organizations such as the National Indian Gaming Association, work together to say, okay, this is the industry, this is where it's going, based upon these type of strategic plans, and how can we get there together? Because I think if, the AGA recognizes the unique sovereignty of the tribes, and those other organizations such as NIGA, I think that, it's amazing the impact that we can have on the industry moving forward.
We have a $150 billion sports betting market in the United States right now. 97% of it happening illegally outside of Nevada. The Supreme Court, Congress are soon, we think, going to address this issue in a way that's very favorable for those in this room, for the entire industry. What does it mean for each of you?
Want to start with me?
Go for it.
Sure. Sports wagering has always been available in Nevada during my lifetime. And so I've seen the benefits of both the job creation, the economic development that comes by having that as an additional entertainment venue. But to have sports wagering throughout the United States really gives us the same opportunity that lotteries were able to avail themselves up years ago by taking the numbers racket, the illegal lottery operations from underground and bringing it above ground and making it into state revenues. If we bring sports wagering into the regulated casino gaming environment, whether it be physical or online or both, those revenues from underground gaming will start surfacing, and you'll see local jurisdictions getting the benefit of the taxes and the jobs that will be created through that.
When you talk about City of Champions, the sports enthusiasts, boy, they come down and party pretty hard before the games. They really enjoy being at our facility. But if you could have the attraction for them to come in before the game, place a wager with the right regulation, the right taxation, and then maybe they'll come back afterwards and get their winning bet. It's great for our industry. It's great for the location that we have in Pittsburgh because, you know, the Steelers are going to be in it again this year, and we're going to cheer them on, and hopefully we bring home another championship.
One of the things that we pride ourselves, especially within the state of Alabama, is just the unique environment of the Southern hospitality that a lot of our staff provide to everybody who walks into the door. What we want to try to do is provide people to give them an experience that, you know, when they leave, they always want to come back. And one of the things that we realize is that, you know, like I said, we are a Class 2 market. And so it's a lot of just bingo-based machines. And our clientele, are women. It's one of those things that we know that, you know, we've created an environment that is, the customer feels safe. The staff are very, you know, open and get to know them personally. And it's one of those things that, you know, they always want, okay, they may go to Biloxi, they may go other places, but they're going to stop at Wind Creek because they want that experience, they want that opportunity, they want to come back. And then their husbands may say, okay, let's go on to, you know, Biloxi or to another facility where I can do some Class 3 gaming.
We realized that if we were going to extend the gaming to more generations, not that core customer that's 50% of our market today, but this younger customer, it's a social customer, the online customer. We need to create both an online database and a bricks and mortar database and bring them together. And when we talked to the customers, when we did the research, we realized the message can't be the same. If you're talking to a 55-year-old, a 60-year-old, the message needs to be this. The activity needs to be this. If you're going to talk to a younger generation who wants to celebrate and be social and create this atmosphere of fun, and it's got to be instantaneous, how do you create that environment? Well, it's a totally different message. We have to transform as a business, or we won't have that next generation of gambler. And that's what we've been spending a little over the last year doing as the market became a little more saturated. And it's really starting to pay some dividends because it's getting the right message to the right person at the right time.
And the one thing that has been talked about a lot recently is millennials, and whether or not the millennial generation will go to the casino floor. And what we like to point out to our customers is the millennials are already in your casino operations. They're just not necessarily on the casino floor. They're in your restaurants, they're in your nightclubs, they're in your day clubs. They are, you know, eating, drinking, having fun, but they're not necessarily where you have your highest profit margin. And so they look to us as vendors, the operators, look to us as vendors to say, how do we attract them to that location? And we've done a variety of things, both as an industry, but also as a company specifically, to assist casino operators in getting that younger demographic interested and involved and actually loyal to the casino operation of their choice. We've done that on the payment side through the evolution of a wallet and making the ability to bring funds from outside the four walls of a casino into the casino as frictionless as possible through mobile applications that can be done at a kiosk as opposed to a cage, that can be done on a mobile phone. On the machine side of the business, a lot of actually companies have been founded and have started to grow based on skill, because the belief is that because millennials grew up in a video environment, that they expect the video environment to be similar when it comes to a gaming proposition. And so there are games now available that are semi-skill or faux skill or completely skill that are being offered in the casino.